مش نعمة يا جماعة التجار مالكم نزل مطر المواطنين يا جماعة.
DUAA TARIQ, human rights defender and artist in Sudan. Thank you so much indeed for joining us. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for covering.
Let's start perhaps with the situation right now. What is happening in Khartoum? We've seen and heard reports of people losing their lives and continuous fighting.
Yes, actually, this war started today is the fourth day. For 4 days now, it's been going non-stop. And I live in East Khartoum, 15 minutes away from the military headquarters, which is the main clash point, and 10 minutes away from one of the RSF camps. And right now, we're trapped in the middle of crossfires and, of course, the military air force flying over, randomly bombing civilian buildings. People are dying in their houses. Electricity is off for 3 days now. The water is also off in so many places in Khartoum. Yeah, people are running out of food supplies, and the shops and supermarkets, of course, are closed. Some of them have been robbed and by the forces, and also some of them being bombed. People are scared to leave the houses. People are dying in the street. There is so many bodies. We're seeing videos of people just being in the street for over 20 hours right now. People are trapped also in some of the universities and schools. So yeah, it's very catastrophic here in Khartoum right now.
And there seems to be no end in sight at this stage. What can people do?
Right now, people are trying to stay together. People are making videos, sending out civilian messages because we want our voices to be higher than the bullets and shootings and the crossfires. So right now, people are putting out videos expressing their denial and not acceptance for this war happening. Especially this war had nothing to do with the will of the people, the revolution. You know, Sudan been in revolution for 4 years now against dictatorship and military rule. So right now, people are denying all these actions happening from both this RSF militia and the military. People are trying to get the message that no war and we want a civilian solution for this.
Tell us what you can about this RSF militia. Who are they?
The RSF militia is the militia made by al-Bashir in the early 2000s, and they're the one responsible for the genocides of Darfur in 2003. It used to be al-Bashir private militia. They call it the Rapid Support Forces. And just a few before they were taking orders directly from al-Bashir. It was a paramilitary force created in early 2000s. And also after revolution started in 2018, they started taking different sides than al-Bashir. So in 2019, they rebelled against al-Bashir when the revolution started, and they decided to take the side of the military. And then after Bashir was overthrown, they became like, as I said, it's a paramilitary. So they became like as one at the military air forces. And also Al-Burhan himself, the leader of the military right now, who's fighting Hemeti's militia. The militia is led by Hemeti. So the Burhan himself was legitimizing the existence of this militia in the government, even the former civilian government, which was, if you know, it was a collision between civilian political parties and military. So the RSF was kind of like just its own entity within the government, and Hemeti was the second man in command after Al-Burhan of the army. So right now, after the military coup of 2021, they were partners. And then after that, they started to the RSF started to expand, and the military did not like this, and they wanted to get their own heavy weapons and air force. So the military stopped this, and they started clashing. So whenever the revolution and the people were against the existence of the RSF militia within the government, so we were opposing this coalition government for 4 years now, until it's formed for 3 years now. I'm sorry. And then after the coup, they took down the civilian government, and for over a year, Hemeti and Burhan were ruling together. But right now, a few months ago, due to the pressure from the people on revolution, the coup has completely failed, and Burhan trying to get a way out of the coup. So he's sacrificing Hemeti. And now the clash got to a point they're now clashing and this wars. And Hemeti is demanding Burhan to be held accountable for all the crimes, for getting his crimes, of course. And after that, people are now, we're just trapped in the houses, no food, no water, no electricity, caught up in the middle of this war that had nothing to do with revolution or the movement. And they're both using revolution. So we demand also people to be careful when they use the word democracy and revolution, because they're using our voices and just adding a lot of armed struggles and conflicts to it, which again is our peaceful and non-violence revolution.
So what has happened to the people's voice? It was very strong in the ousting of al-Bashir, and one just wonders how long it's going to take to see the civilian government that you've been longing for so long now.
So right now we're in the surviving mood. Honestly, we're trapped in the houses. The Air Force is fighting over random bombings, death in the homes and houses and in the streets. So it's very dangerous. People are trying to put out videos online to make their voices heard. So right now we're just waiting for the ceasefire, and then people can take to the street. But there is a lot of ways, as Sudan revolution has told us, that there is so many ways to peacefully resist this. So people are organizing some sort of crisis room within the neighborhood to help each other. And then also people are bringing out messages. We started using graffiti and different forms of art, spray paints, to just put out the message that we're still here. Resistance committees are now, we're still processing this war. You know, it's the first day, and this is the first war actually in Khartoum. And the bombing from the air forces is quite intimidating. So we're just waiting for this for the ceasefire, and then we can see again.
Is this fighting happening in other parts of the country? You mentioned Darfur as a hotspot in previous years.
Yes, they are. There were some clashes in the Blue Nile State, and of course in Darfur and Al Fashir, as Darfur is one of the RSF main locations, and also. Of course, it started in North Sudan in Marawi by the military base in Marawi and airport. Right now, I'm seeing the airplane flying over the window, and there's bombing happening right now as we speak. Yes, sorry, it's kind of like stressing, stressful, yeah.
All right. So what's your message to the international community? What would you like them to know? What would you like them to do?
Sudan would use all the support and help right now. We want the international community to really press hard for the two parties to stop fighting over the city and over civilians, and also to make safe passes for those who need medical attention or medical support. And some of the hospitals are sieged right now, and some of the hospitals being bombed, and we have doctors can't make it to the hospitals, and the pressure on the hospital is very high. So we want ceasefire, we want truth, so people can restock. We're out of food, we're out of water, out of electricity for 3 days now. Even in my house right now, I don't have enough food for tomorrow or drinking water, and we don't have electricity for 3 days now. So right now, we just want the international community to press really hard on the both fighting partners to end this conflict, so we be able to move again, at least to get life necessities. And also, after this, in long term, we want the international community to stop supporting the presence of the military within the government. This is the time for Sudan to get rid of militias and military for good, and have a full civilian government in order to build again and just catch what we lost this whole time due to military rule.
DUAA TARIQ, human rights defender and artist in Sudan, thanks very much indeed for your time, and please stay safe.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, DUAA. That was